There's the Aussies. They finished 6th in Dubai, while Portugal were 16th. So we'll look at the teams coming up now, and it's a new look Australian team. They've made 3 changes. No Henry Spate, and he's gone back to the Brumbies, and Ed Jenkins and Cameron Clark not considered for this event. So a new captain in number 4, and that is Lewis Holland. Portugal led by number 4, Pedro Leal, and the go-to man is number 6, Carl Murray, the New Zealand-born player, now representing Portugal, 22 test caps as well. Greg Clark in the chair, alongside me, former Springbok captain Bob Skinstad, a local here in Cape Town nowadays. Bob, what does this tournament mean to Cape Town and rugby in this region?
Oh, Clarky, I can't tell you. I mean, it's an incredible opportunity for the city and for the region to be hosting the Sevens. We're delighted to have the HSBC World Series of Sevens here in town, and you can see already, I mean, it's the opening matches and we're filling up. There's a buzz outside the stadium. People are dressing up, and they certainly haven't been disappointed by the quality of the rugby.
Congratulations to Lewis Holland, who leads the Australians out for the first time in the absence of Ed Jenkins. The Australians showing their hand early on in this series, showing that they're going to manage some of their players in the run-up to the Olympic Games. So other teams are saying they'll do the same. But of course you have to be careful, because you still have to get the combinations right.
Well, that's the thing. You want a big squad to work with, but you need the quality players there, because they're the ones that win the big matches for you. And there's a couple of players from this Australian side that we got our eyes on, and a couple of players resting as well this week, and they're building up to a bigger pool to be ready for Rio 2016.
Magnificent stadium, the Cape Town Stadium at Greenpoint.
Australia ready?
55,000 tickets sold for both days. Our referee is from South Africa, Ben Kraus. So it's going to be Portugal getting us underway, and it's knocked back, and the ball will eventually sit there for Confoli. Cusack across to the veteran James Stannard, and now Tom Kingston, played for the Waratahs in the Melbourne Rebels in Super Rugby. There's a big fend and a good inside ball as well. They're backing up. Kingston stepping. He got away from one, and Kingston throws it back on the inside, and he can't link up with Stannard. So a let off there maybe for Portugal.
Absolutely brilliant cover defence there by the Portuguese players, and the inside pass just couldn't go to hand. So Kingston, he went for the offload. But look at Bellows' tackle there, just low and hard, and it's actually Leal who's just shown his experience to be back there and managed to intercept that. So he's actually kicked the ball long and dead. So Australia's still on the attack with a scrum, but Portugal will be pleased they managed to stop that.
Yes, indeed. And now a great opportunity as they go to the right. And good defence again, but sneaking down the short side there is Cusack. And so that is the first try for the Australians. They went to sleep on the short side, the Portuguese, and it's 5 points to 0.
That's lovely play from Tom Cusack. He's just shown a nice awareness there, seen the ruck has gone to ground. He realised on the short side, if you just look here, it's opening up. He's only got 2 or 3 meters. The head goes up. He knows where it is, and we'll see him sneaking around the short side. Look at that, a great piece of play from the big man. Back of the ruck there, just Leal holding on to his head. Hope he's okay. He was the man who made the tackle, and there's Cusack's reach and stretch for the try. Conversion bounces off the upright on the left-hand side, so it's just the 5-pointer. This is how they attack. See the short side, they've used it, take 2 men in there, and then Cusack just looms up. He knows what's on. That's a smart piece of play by the big man.
So it's the Australians kicking off now, and it's been knocked back by Palma-Foe and then knocked on by Portugal, and Palma-Foe hurt himself in back play there. Let's hope he's okay, because he certainly is a key man in this changed Australian team. He went high.
Well, we were talking about the big names, and he's one of them, isn't he? Such an athlete. This is the kickoff. There's Palma-Foe on the right, and he's gone up. Oh, and look at that. He comes down from just 5 or 6 feet in the sky, straight onto his back, which he was holding for a while. He looks okay. Straight into that scrum now.
Holland across now to Palma-Foe, and they rush up on the big man, and he gets away from one and then offloads. Back to Holland. He goes to ground. Stannard. Foley. The number 8 is actually the South African-born Stefan van der Bolt. And the penalty goes against the attacking team. So Leal looking to get something going over on the right, but David Carvalho has to take the tackle. Leal again. Out to midfield and they rush up and...
No tackle.
No tackle made there on Bello. And now the penalty goes against Portugal.
Bello just holding on the ground there. Australians can be really pleased with their defence. They've got a nice funnel defence. They haven't let the Portuguese guys get away from them. There were some good steps from the Portuguese, but they just shifted the pressure out and used the touchline as one of them, the extra man. And then it was Lewis Holland who made a very, very good tackle, and the steal immediately came in from Palmer Fowl. They've taken that penalty and turned it into a line-out, attacking now.
They fancy their chances at the set piece, the Australians. Always keen to put it into touch, and there's the ball inside to Palmer Fowl, and look at him go. Second try for the Australians from the set piece.
Well, that's just a lovely drop ball. They've shifted across the field, held the man, and Palmer Fow's just run an amazing line there. Outstanding bit of rugby from him. Watches the shift, taking in 2 players, and he's just cut that straight up the middle. Arrestingly good. And that's the back, coming down from that the win of the kickoff. That's a lovely drop ball on the inside there, and he's away. Definitely showing, as he slowed down, just showing a little bit of discomfort with that lower back area.
Scored 5 tries last week in Dubai. So it's not the start the Portuguese were looking for. They actually beat Australia in a boil-over in Japan. And now Cusack racing for the line, and he's got it down. What a try for the Australians from the restart. And already Big Tom Cusack has a double.
Well, look at this. We spoke about the set pieces, but what about this, the restarts? Perfectly done there. He's completely on sides. He just reaches up here, soaring above bars, grabs that ball, 2 hands. That's exceptional. Great camera work as well. Just look at that. He's away, and it's about here. He pins his ears back, and he realizes he's got a chance to get over himself. He stopped looking for the offload, put on the afterburners, and Cusack is over. Different to his first try, which was a little sneaky around the corner. That was a full striding effort. Great work from the big man.
As it was go for the line man. You don't need any support, and the conversion was successful. And so that's a very handy scoreline now for the Australians. 19 points to 0. Portuguese can't get their hands on the ball, but now they get the penalty. So let's see if they can hit back through. Leal running to the line, showing it, and then giving it. Oh, just poor handling there, and a simple turnover. But they get it back. So Australia not able to capitalise on that one, and then poor handling again, and a problem here maybe because Kingston is over the 22, and Tom Kingston is in for a try for Australia. As easy as that. Poor defence by Portugal.
Well, it's really good scrambling from Australia. They got the ball back from the tackle on the ground. The Portuguese side spilt it and gave up the ball. Here's the incident, and Vasco Ribeiro it was who gave the ball away. But look at Kingston with the fend as well. He's got a lot of speed. Great effort from him because he had a couple of guys around him. Nice acceleration shown from him.
So half-time in this encounter between Australia and Portugal. It is the Aussies leading by 26 points to 0. Starts to build here in the sunshine in Capetown. I did mention in that first half that Portugal actually won the last match these two teams played. It was in Tokyo back in April, and it ended in an 11-game losing streak against Australia. But no sign of any upset at this stage. It's Pool C, Australia USA, Wales and Portugal competing in that group.
Australia will be really pleased with the way that the new guys in the squad have turned up, and certainly, well, with that they won't be that pleased. Portugal won it back.
Carl Murray taking it to halfway, and then the penalty will go against the Australians. Very young Portuguese team. 2 or 3 of them have played in the Portugal under-20s this year. There's a 17-year-old as well touching the ball at the moment. Antonio Vedina, number 10. It's a good defence. Van der Vault. Penalty.
Can't play the 9 over there. No,
Can't play the scrum half.
That's too far away.
So they'll take the tap.
That's too far away. Playing the 9.
Pedro Leal, the captain, number 4, 31 years of age. It's his 56th tournament. He scored well over 1,100 points. Been a great servant. And now Murray, the inside ball to Bello. Gets up and goes again. So can they finish this off?
Fine.
Good work.
Release now.
At the breakdown by the Australian zone. And so Kingston takes it into contact. Sent out to Foley. Coming back from a fairly serious ankle injury, Con Foley. And now Kingston. He's got Palmer Foe on the far side, but good defence getting across there on the speedster. Penalty coming in from the side.
Here you go.
Yeah, they shifted the ball well to the wing there, but Portugal just showing a little bit more resilience on defence. Great story about Pedro Leal and how much experience he's got. I had the great privilege of playing Barbarians rugby with him. He was our counter-attacking fullback, and you can imagine with that style of rugby, his style of running, etc. Great guy to go into it. And we actually played against Portugal as well. So he's been part of the setup, you know, making rugby as popular as it's become in that part of the world. You could just see just coming in from the wrong side of that ruck there. It was Carl Murray who made a bit of a mistake, and he's given the possession back to Australia.
And a cut-out pass now to Kingston. It's 2-on-1. And here is a young man on debut on the World Series. First touch of the ball, and Henry Hutchison, the 18-year-old from the Randwick Club in Sydney, is going to score with his first touch. The fairy tale continues. He had a dream debut for Australia in the Olympic qualifying tournament in Auckland, when Australia beat Tonga 50-0 in the final. And here he is on the world circuit now with the big boys, and at 18 years of age he is on the score sheet.
Oh, fantastic presence about him as well. He just got that ball, did his job, got over in the corner. He's had a couple of high fives from his mates. They'll know how important it is to get on the score sheet as a youngster like that.
Came through the Linfield Club and the Gordon Juniors in Sydney, Sterling Mortlock's junior clubs. Comes in for Henry Spate, who had a taste of sevens last week before going back for some more pre-season work with the Brumbies. Getting set for the Super competition next year. And a bit of a delay here with a problem for Carl Murray. And he is a key player. Let's hope that's not a serious injury. Limping from the field, Leal and Murray. They definitely need them out there, the Portuguese. So it is 31 points to 0. They go long this time, the Australians. And Leal has to take the tackle. Penalty now to Australia, who've made some changes. And that's a simple run to the line. And it is a try to another man on debut. So they're getting a taste of the action, the debutants. Boyd Killingworth from the Warringah Rats Club and the North Harbour Rays in the Australian National Rugby Competition Championship.
That's a lovely piece of play by Hutchinson as well, and he's gone in and won it. That's Henry Hutchinson, the other debutant, and then when the ball has gone out to Killingworth, look at that little step. Fantastic play from the youngster as well. He's crossed the line almost immediately. He's had some good contributions, but Hutchinson getting in there. He's had one touch, one try, and one tackle, one turnover. Good work from the youngster.
And Killingworth comes from the famous King's School, so Nick Phipps, Julian Huxley, Sterling Mortlock, Ben Robinson, Dean Munn, the list goes on. And And that's smart work.
Oh, they've
Good
gone,
vision from Stannard.
absolutely, they've gone deep again, and you can't buy that experience. Stannard's been a part of this squad, and he's one of the core members. He's a seriously good reader of the game, and he's just gone into the corner. He said, let's just keep the pressure on the Portuguese side and have a chance to defend from a set piece.
So Leal has to clean up there. He's claimed immediately by the Australians, and I tell you what, no, it's a penalty.
It was a tackler. He let go.
Looked for a moment like Killingworth might have got a double, but
No,
it was illegal.
He's got it. He's been given the...
Oh, it's been given, yeah, he was the tackler, so
he was
he's
the
got
tackler.
a double. What about the debut for Boyd Killingworth? He has got a double on debut. And it's Australia, one-way traffic.
Brilliant piece of play here, Clarkie. Watches his Killingworth. He's onto the man on the ground. He's the tackler. He can stand up wherever he wants. He's got possession of the ball, and he's rolled over for a 5-pointer.
And there's the extra 2 from Stannard as well in back play.
It's a really big victory this to open their account for Australia. They'll be pleased with that. We spoke about rotation of the squad and a couple of the young players coming in, and haven't they turned up on their debut to make serious contributions?
Yeah, Hutchison played for the Australian schoolboys, and Killingworth another one to advance from the Australian schools program.
Wait.
Here's a problem.
Playing it in the air. No realistic chance of catching it. It's dangerous play.
So the South African-born Stefan van der Walt, who has his dad and his sister in the stadium looking on. They've made the trip from Australia. He moved to Australia from South Africa when he was 8 years of age. He's got uncles and aunties, cousins, you name it, down from Pretoria as well. Have a look. And here's a good break by Portugal, but the scrambling defence was good by Australia as well. So can the Portuguese get some points on the board? Time running out for them. It's Australia leading 45 points to 0.
Look at that rush defence. They've really cleaned that up. Put big pressure from Australia.
Leave it now.
The overlap now for Virginia. But Alalval comes in, takes him at a beautiful ball and all tackle.
No contest in gold.
Leal goes down the short side. Alalval is there, but he gets the kick away. They're chasing it, and Myers gets back there in the nick of time, and he throws it up. Who wants it? It's there for Australia. Some risky stuff, but it comes off at the moment. Now Myers, slam and Sam. The man from country New South Wales pops it back to Alalval, and he knocks it on. And the siren sounds. And it is a knock on both ways, so that is it. Australia safely through the first game, as you would expect, against Portugal. 45 points to 0. At half-time it was 26 points to 0. Killingworth, he got a double on debut. Hutchison got a try on debut as well. So they'll be pretty happy.